Mapping is real. Mapping is something that I'm really interested in. The idea of mapping doesn't describe community. It's like, for example, when you go to you guys go to a pub tonight. That's very, very much. There's the idea of community is just that persons and people. It's such it's something that is, I don't need conjecture, really hard to, the chances are really hard to get people like that. It's like, for example, when I go to you guys go to the pubs, I see them meeting, like that's very, very much. Certain things attract certain people, certain persons and people. It's going to be certain persons. Jerry, you want to put that piece back up? Or?
It's a collaboration, but we did two of them. But they're to go long too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll wait then.
Yeah.
Jerry, you want to put that piece back up? Or?
It's a collaboration, but we did two of them. But they're to go long to see them.
Okay, where are they? Wait.
One's in the European.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll wait then.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not performing? Seems very friendly.
That's what makes it so twisted.
At the same time. And the fact that touch
Go ahead, Jerry.
I agree not. It's extremely painful.
I'm tired.
That's what makes it so twisted.
and the fact that
I was kind of in the mood for a cucumber. Go ahead, Jerry. It's kind of craving cucumber. It's like,
Well, carrot and banana apparently is great because that could be totally normal absent. And it's just the way they are. What is it?
yeah.
I think I was toys.
Yeah, I would just make my own campus.
Yeah, I will. I just have so many hanging around. Favorite community I have, so because they're. I wasn't sure if I should include that part, so I can just
Well,
like.
I
take
think,
1 minute.
what is that? I think that works with it. So, that's the only thing I would change. I recommend. You're going to do that, just let me know.
what is that done? Get this stretch right.
Yeah, I would just make my own campus.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, but I just
Okay.
really wanted to invest a lot of time and money into it. I wasn't sure if I should include that part, so I kind of just.
Well, I think that's good. Fine. I think that works with it. That's the only thing. Thank you.
I wasn't sure about it.
Sorry, still right. And then it's kind of touching. It's kind of touching. Imagine what you meant to do this way. It's really good. Have the videos off. It's not centered. Yeah, it's centered. The images are it's kind of paper versus imagine what we meant to do this way, just the way everything's kind of crooked. Kind of the videos off. It's not centered. Nothing's really centered. The images are and it's almost like I kind of like feel one about this. It's one of those characters that are not really paying attention to. I wouldn't say too much. Okay. Yeah. And it's almost like I kind of like feel one about this. It's really those characters that are not really paying attention to it.
Amazing.
It's like good on that side, right? So like you can't have one without the other, they support each other, good and bad, kind of. Everything collapses when they don't exist, maybe.
I was thinking about structure and how most of the constructs of society and structure are based on sort of a science of structure, and it could be related to games, how games work. And so games are usually based on dividing sides, and the objective is to win, in a sense. And so I thought about all that and what it becomes structure and the origin of structure, which is dividing these two aspects, and also that they are the origin of conflict, in a sense, because they will always be against each other. And so having those set boundaries of what each of them means sort of takes away from the rest of the possibilities that could come from not having those things set in stone and looking for asymmetrical approaches to taking apart and rebuilding things.
That's awesome. That's cool.
Anything else? What about the materials?
Clever.
Yeah. What is it about the materials? Like, say if the materials are carrying your meaning, like,
I don't think any other materials could have made this happen.
yeah.
You know, like it kind of everything just fit well together. It was all very cohesive. Like when he first pulled it out this morning, I was like, "What is that? Like, what is one gonna do?" You know, because
Yeah.
I've seen him work with fire a lot before, and you never know what's next.
Yeah.
So I was surprised that was the outcome.
Yeah. So how do we recognize these materials?
I think they're very utilitarian. I mean, they're
Yeah.
everyday things.
Like they're used as studs, right? 2x4s? What else? Doweling?
The plastic bands.
Rubber band, plastic bands,
Tissue.
tissue, right? So it all has this sort of accessible, utilitarian, because you didn't order those 2x4s from like Russia, right? You bought those out of the deal.
I took them from the alley.
There you go. So that's what I mean, they're very accessible.
And there's also that idea of who, or the action of sort of deconstructing that whole thing, and there being sort of a fear of doing it, but someone sort of has to step in and ignite it.
Yeah, well, it's because I had no idea what you're going to do, right? So it was a nice surprise. And how does this work with the piece? Video.
Well, it adds to sort of the structure of how our society works, in a sense of the aspect of sort of circulating
Well, the image is becoming mediated,
yeah,
right, and recorded.
I just can't find the word. I don't know.
It's very fragile too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's made out of hard material that if you pull one out, the whole thing collapses.
Mhm.
And that was, I think, this part of the point that was insane.
What did the word say on it again? I can't remember.
Good, bad.
Good and bad?
I think it's a really poetic sensibility to it. Some
Yeah,
of
it's
your other
very-
keys, like you have this tone to
Yeah.
your work.
It is very poetic. Yeah.
I'd imagine this big, like massive, and just like, how long would it take to, like, how long would it take to collapse the whole thing?
Well, I had a feeling of a wick, like lighting a bomb.
Yeah, taking, yeah.
Yeah. So it's very much about time, right? So the time that it took for the support to burn.
It's be a cycle too at the same time.
Yeah.
Because once you destroy it, you have to rebuild it again,
Mhm.
only to destroy it and then rebuild it, and